Good morning, everyone. Are you ready to explore the web? Okay, so today I will be discussing the introductory of our course CMPSC 117 Web Development. At the end of this topic, students or you are able to first identify what a website is, differentiate the two types of websites, understand the website design principles, and lastly, apply or follow the web design development process. So the first question when it comes to website development concept is what is a website? So a website is a location on the web and is hosted on a web server. It is a set of related web pages, and of course it is accessed using the internet address, or sometimes we call it as the Uniform Resource Locator. There are two types of websites. First one is a static website. So what is a static website? Static websites are also known as flat or stationary websites. They are loaded on the client's browser as exactly they are stored on the web server. So such websites contain only static information. User can only read the information but can't do any modification or interact with the information. Therefore, static websites are created using only HTML or hypertext markup language. Also, static websites are only used when the information is no longer or no more required to be modified. The second type of website is called dynamic website. So what is a dynamic website? Dynamic websites shows different information at different point of time. So which means that it is possible to change a portion of a web page without loading the entire web page. So here we need a web server wherein there is an interpreter, and at the same time we need our database servers such as MySQL. Before we go to web development proper, make sure to understand first these concepts in terms of website design. So what is web designing? Okay, web designing has direct link to visual aspects of a website, and it is an effective web design is necessary to communicate ideas effectively. So I'll be discussing or enumerating some of these concepts in terms of web design. Okay, so we start with first usability. Who will use or how will they use or how will the user use the website? Functionality. So what are the functions needed to be incorporated in your website? And then accessibility. Accessibility is by means on how these users will be able to access your website. Engaging, or this is what we call engagement, the the time or the number of times your users are coming back into your website. Simplicity. Simplicity is the design of the website where we can have a simple website. Simple, which means there are not that much of colors, that not much of graphics to be used. And of course, messaging. Messaging, this is a tool or getting feedback from your users. And of course, branding. So this should exhibit the brand of the company which you are building a website for. And of course, professional. So it should look professionally. Okay? So these are the considerations when it comes to web design. So I will just be enumerating some of the web design mistakes which uh, which are common mistakes of web designers. So one should be aware of the following common mistakes, should always keep in mind. Okay, so first is website not working in any other browser. So if you are a designer or a web designer, make sure that you have to test your site in all of the available browsers. Second, using cutting edge technology for no good reason. So even though you are very much in line with animation, but that animated figure will not be appropriate with your size, so never use that. Okay? Third is sound or video that starts automatically. Sometimes audio or video that starts automatically is annoying to users. So make sure that there are options on how to minimize the sound and to stop the video from your website. Hidden or disguised navigation. So these are the opportunity for some features, web features, where they hide some navigation or buttons in a website. So never do that. And lastly is the 100% flash content. So do not include 100% flash content in your website because that would look like something like a video presentation. Now again, to jumpstart with the web development process, let us first identify what web development is all about. So web development refers to building website and deploying on the web, of course. So web development requires use of scripting languages, both at the server as well as at the client end. So this is the web development process where web developers or designers should follow to come up with a good web design. So first is design on the purpose, followed by planning, designing, gather content, building, testing, upload to server, and marketing and maintenance. So if a web developer was able to follow this process, there is no reason for the design for it not to be fit with the standards of web development process. So tomorrow, I'll be discussing or continuing our discussion on each of these stages of the web development process. So again, thank you for listening or thank you for watching and see you again tomorrow.